On the news, Nigeria's military confirms death of 22 soldiers in Northeast operation. National Identity Management Commission NIMC to roll out multi-purpose biometric identity card. And NDLEA intercepts UK-bound illicit drug consignment concealed in duvet at Lagos Airport. Welcome to News Now on TV360 Nigeria. I'm Simisola Atigun. The Nigerian military has confirmed that 22 soldiers have lost their lives during a recent clearance operation against terrorist strongholds in the northeast region, specifically in the notorious Timbuktu Triangle. According to the Defense Headquarters, the operation, conducted by troops of Operation Adinkai, commenced on January 16 and is aimed at dismantling the entrenched presence of insurgents in the region. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Edward Buba, however, said the troops killed over 70 terrorists, including some of their commanders, during the operations. Despite the terrorists deploying improvised explosive devices, suicide bombers, as well as suicide bombers and explosive vehicles to ward off troops' advance and attacks. A civil society group, the Arewa Youth Leaders and Professionals Forum, has publicly distanced itself from Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State over his constant attacks on President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms. The group described Mohammed's actions as anti-northern Nigerian and a clear indication of his disdain for the unity and progress of the country. Speaking at a press conference on Monday, the group's national president, Abdullahi Mohammed, said the governor's opposition to President Tinubu's reforms is not rooted in any genuine concern for the nation, but a desperate attempt to cling to corrupt practices of the past that have been self-benefiting.
It's baseless antagonism driven by envy and selfishness. Apparently, they fail to understand the president's vision is for a better Nigeria, a Nigeria where every citizen. Let us not forget that these individuals were part of the system that brought Nigeria to its knees. They were part of the administration that looted our treasury, that allowed our infrastructure to decay, thereby keeping our people in abject poverty. Furthermore, the present tax reforms are designed to create a sustainable revenue base for the country. This is not just about balancing budget, but about creating opportunities for investment in critical sectors such as education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Those who oppose these reforms are clearly opposed to Nigeria's progress. Indeed, Governor Bala Mohammed and Mala Nasiru El-Rufai's positions are not representative of the true voices of the North. The North is a region built on principle of fairness, justice, and patriotism. The North supports reforms that will lift the nation, even if they require sacrifice. Perhaps it is time to question the motive of these so-called Northern leaders. Are they truly concerned about the welfare of the masses, or are they merely seeking to protect their personal interests? These actions suggest the latter. Evidently, these leaders have chosen to exploit the challenges that come with reforms to sow seed, to sow discord and manipulate public sentiment. This divide and rule strategy is not new. It is one that we as Arewa youth and professionals reject outrightly. Nevertheless, we acknowledge the president's reforms comes with short-term inconveniences. Change is never easy.
Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has arrived in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, to attend the Mission 300 Africa Energy Summit, which is expected to kick off on January 27. The two-day summit is being hosted by the government of Tanzania, the African Union, the African Development Bank Group, and World Bank Group. President Tinubu is expected to deliver a national statement reaffirming Nigeria's commitment to achieving universal access to energy and its leadership role in Africa's energy sector. He will also highlight Nigeria's ongoing clean energy initiatives and its strategy to drive integrated energy delivery on the continent. And in a bid to address cases for interventions from the public and private sectors, the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, has announced that an improved multi-purpose biometric identity card will soon be made available. The Director General and Chief Executive Officer of NIMC, Abisoye Koka-Odusote, made the announcement at a media briefing on improving NIN cards in Abuja. According to the NIMC boss, the new card's multiple payment features and identity will serve as a foundation for tackling the nation's social and economic problems in line with the 8-point agenda of President Bola Tinubu. The digital cards with multiple wallets, when unveiled, will allow Nigerians have access to government services in all ministries, departments and agencies of government, and also provide platforms for students to access government loans. The planned improved multi-purpose biometric identity card by NIMC is already generating reactions from Nigerians. Lawyer and public affairs analyst Adewale Ajadi joins me on the news to discuss further. Thank you for your time, sir. Now, what are your thoughts on the introduction of this upgraded multi-purpose biometric identity card by NIMC, the planned introduction, and do you believe that it will improve access to government services and financial inclusion like NIMC has said?
Well, it's good. It's difficult to second guess from this standpoint that there's always improvement in technology, and those improvements in technology might be beneficial, but there are also concerns that have to be considered. Concerns in terms of being biometric. There are always hackers who can gain access, who are constantly finding ways to gain access. And if at any point in time there's access to this kind of biometric information, then there's nothing that can be done to prevent the damage it would do for people taking over the identity of others. But nevertheless, this is the world we live in, and there are always improvements to be considered. It seems that having multiple purpose field ID cards are not necessarily, nobody can compromise them. But if you have one, you might be compromised, and that compromise might be difficult. But these are the challenges that they have to consider in building the opportunity for people. At the same time, they have to think about the costs to the people who are going to upgrade to get these cards. They've gone through a lot to get the NIN. They go through a lot to get all multiple ID cards. And if it's going to be one ID card going forward, why not even put the voters' information on that? If it's that.
Well, Mr. Ajadi. All right, unfortunately, we lost Mr. Ajadi. Well, moving on, in the wake of public backlash over the recent adjustment in telecommunications tariffs cost by network operators in the country, the Concerned Citizens Forum has expressed support for the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, describing the tariff adjustment as a necessary step to sustain the nation's telecom sector and safeguard its long-term viability. Speaking at a press conference in Abuja, the national president of the group, Opialu Fabian, clarified misconceptions about the NCC's role in the tariff increase, emphasizing that the commission acted in accordance with its statutory mandate under the Nigerian Communications Act of 2003.
The NCC has directed operators to offer affordable services, plans tailored to different income levels, ensuring that telecommunication services remain accessible to all Nigerians at all times. Apparently, the Concerned Citizens Forum would like everyone to know that the Nigerian telecommunication industry does not operate in isolation at all. Globally, tariff adjustment are standard regulatory practices used to reflect market realities and sustain industry growth. The NCC's decision isn't an alien one, but that which aligns with international best practices, ensuring that Nigeria has a strong competitive recognition in the international telecommunication landscape. However, rigorous examination would reveal that the NCC has a clear vision for a robust and inclusive telecoms ecosystem, as seen by the initiative to protect consumers, engage stakeholders, and support the expansion of indigenous firms. The NCC's decision to give the sustainability of the telecoms industry top priority affirms to its dedication to safeguarding Nigeria's connection in the future and making sure that the country continues to lead Africa in digital innovation. Indeed, it is important to commend President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his administration's commitment in creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. His administration's focus on economic reforms that helped us upscale digital inclusivity has laid the foundation for the continuous growth of the Nigerian telecom sector.
Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have intercepted a shipment of cannabis, also known as loud, concealed in a duvet and packaged for export to the United Kingdom. In a statement released on Sunday, the agency's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, disclosed that the consignment was intercepted at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos on Tuesday. The consignment is part of various interceptions made by the NDLEA in partnership with sister agencies nationwide. TV360's Ogechukwu Kekwe has details.
The discovery made on Tuesday by the anti-narcotic agencies revealed 6 parcels of the proactive substances weighing a total of 3.5 kilograms cleverly hidden inside the duvet. 2 suspects Adekole Sunday and Austin Balogu were arrested in connection with the attempted exports following extensive investigation. Meanwhile, another raid in the Akala area of Mushi in Lagos on January 19th reportedly led to the seizure of 47 kilogram shunk, a strain of cannabis, and 25.46 kilogram neotic oxide, popularly known as laughing gas. In a separate operation, NDLA operative raided a hangout, leading to the arrest of suspects. 7 liters of a potent psychoactive mixture of blackcurrant, cannabis, and opioids were recovered. Other drug consignments were seized in Ekiti, Kwara, and Kano states, and the suspects were arrested. While commending the officers for seizure in the past week, the Chairman Chief Executive Officer of the NDLEA, retired Brigadier General Buba Mawa, emphasized the agency's commitment to combating drug trafficking and promoting drug abuse prevention in Nigeria. Ogechukwu Kekwe, TV360, Lagos.
The Chinese community in Lagos has hosted celebrations for the 2025 New Year Spring Festival to usher in the Year of the Snake, according to the traditional lunisolar calendar, with activities that reflect the spiritual essence of Chinese culture. This year's event, which was held over the weekend, also included the New Year's Food Festival, where guests and Chinese nationals exchanged intercultural values, capturing the joy and warmth of the season. TV360's Joy Uchejim completes the report.
The Chinese New Year celebration in Lagos, themed One World, One Spring, Guaxin Shines, was a colorful display of cultural dance, music, and cuisines. Traditional troops delivered captivating performances showcasing the rich cultural heritage of both China and Nigeria. For Chinese nationals, the New Year/Spring Festival celebration signifies its deep cultural importance for the Chinese people globally. The celebration also fosters high-level cooperation between both countries.
Nigeria is number 1 economic and population countries in Nigeria, and Lagos also is the number 1 economic city in Nigeria. So I think this year for the celebration in Lagos is very popular.
You know, the Chinese New Year for all of us is the most important festival of the year. It's time for united, it's time for celebration, it's time to be together.
China is we are family, stay together, not everybody. We don't know each other, but we are together enjoying for Chinese New Year, for celebrating Chinese New Year. So it's good, very good.
It tells us that, okay, fine, even though we are from different background, different cultural heritage, yes, we can still be friends, we can still enjoy happy time together. Aside work, there is time for this, and that's why we are here.
In her keynote address, the Consulate General of the People's Republic of China in Lagos compliments the cultural bond that deepens people-to-people exchanges between China and Nigeria. Other dignitaries described the annual event as a reflection of the vibrant relationship between Nigeria and the Chinese government.
Chinese President Xi Jinping met with Nigeria President Bola Tinubu and together announced the elevation of China-Nigeria relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership, opening a new chapter in China-Nigeria cooperation.
We are reminded of the rich cultural heritage and traditions that binds the two great nations. The Chinese New Year, a time of renewal and hope, resonate deeply with the values we hold dearly in Nigerian family, unity and prosperity. The relationship between Nigeria and China is built on the foundation of mutual respect, cooperation, and shared aspirations.
Let us carry with us the spirit of unity, compassion, dedication, and determination. Let us strive to build a world where diversity is celebrated, kindness and empathy prevail, and every individual is valued and respected.
A major highlight of the event was the official launch of the Together Fight Against Hunger charity project to finance low-income groups in Nigeria in 2025. The project will contribute to China's efforts towards Nigeria's poverty alleviation and hunger reduction campaigns. Joy Uchejim, TV360, Lagos.
It's time for a short break. Coming up on News Now, Mali, Niger Republic and Burkina Faso insist on withdrawal from ECOWAS bloc on Wednesday, January 29. Stay with us for details. Welcome back. As a recap of our top stories, the Nigerian military has confirmed that 22 soldiers have lost their lives during a recent clearance operation against terrorist strongholds in the northeast region, specifically in the notorious Timbuktu Triangle. We also told you that in a bid to address cases for interventions from the public and private sectors, the National Identity Management Commission (NIMC) has announced that an improved multipurpose biometric identity card will soon be made available. Director General and Chief Executive Officer of NIMC, Abisoye Koka-Odusote, who made the announcement, said the new card's multiple payment features and identity will serve as a foundation for tackling the nation's social and economic problems in line with the 8-point agenda of President Bola Tinubu. Now, in case you missed any of our news bulletins or for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV and AVO TV or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery and Apple Store, on Facebook or at TV360 online. Let's join Joy Uchejim for more updates in the world of business. Over to you, Joy.
Thank you, Simi, and welcome to Business News. Experts in the country have lauded the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, recent announcement of a foreign exchange code, describing it as a positive step towards curbing unethical practices in the forex market and stabilizing the value of the naira. The Apex Bank explained that the FX code is designed to foster transparency and ethical conduct in Nigeria's foreign exchange market, aligning the sector with global best practices. TV360's Tamilori Akinkwoliye has more on the story.
The announcement of a foreign exchange code comes at a critical time when the nation is grappling with severe forex scarcity and the depreciation of the naira amid concerns over unethical behavior in the market. With the introduction of the FX code, the Central Bank of Nigeria aims to address these systematic problems as the guidelines focus on promoting ethical practices among authorized forex dealers and ensuring that forex transactions are carried out with integrity and transparency. For experts, the timing of this initiative is strategic given the current economic pressures facing the country, such as limited foreign inflows and volatile exchange rates.
This matching system is to ensure the transparency and the accountability of those that are, they receive the unction of the US dollars from the CBN so that they can easily track whether they are actually genuine traders or they are using the FX for, other wrong market reasons. So the code that is about to be launched is a consolidation of this electronic foreign exchange matching system that the central bank has released in 2024. The code is going to be assigned to each trader so that they can monitor the ethical situations on the market. They can be able to monitor and trace those that are actually trading. And then even if they take it to the parallel market, yes, they can trace those that are, trading from the CBN window to the parallel market. So it's a kind of code that will bring about transparency in trading of the forex and also to bring stabilization into our naira.
The code specifically targets unethical practices that have plagued the market for years, including round-tripping, hoarding of forex, insider trading, and artificial rate manipulation. Experts agree that these practices have created inefficiencies and hindered access to forex for both businesses and individuals. But despite the positive reception, concerns have been raised about potential implementation challenges.
This code will monitor those that are, benefiting from the INA window, the CBN window, to get this forex and how they are also being traded on the parallel market. So all those sharp practices, sharp gain, exorbitant gains, they are going to be eroded with the code because each one will have an identity in the market. Just like I said, is an addition, to the electronic foreign exchange matching system. So they are going to be matching each trader with that code that will be assigned to each trader. It's just like having a TIN number, so that when you are going to the central bank to place an order, you will have your own code that you will use to actually place a demand. And then CBN can monitor who that person is. They can have all the information of that person. And then it will bring about a lot of transparency and ethical practice in the market.
The FX code is set to be formally launched on January 28, 2025. While the code represents a significant step towards reforming Nigeria's forex market, its ultimate success will depend on effective implementation and the adoption of supporting policies. Tamilore Akinkwole, TV360, Lagos.
We will now go on a short break and return with stock market reports. Welcome back. The Nigerian equities market closed the first trading day of the week on a positive note, rising by 0.79% and bringing the market cap to 64.16 trillion naira. A total of 127 NGS-listed equities participated in trading, ending with 38 gainers and 30 losers. Better Glass Company led the gainers with a 9.98% share price appreciation, closing at 65 naira per share, followed by RT Briscoe. Now, on the first trading day of the week, 518 million shares in 17,196 deals, corresponding to a market value of 13 billion naira, were traded. Now, when you compare this with the previous NGX trading day, which was Friday, the January 24th, 2025, today's data shows a 10% decline in volume,
48% improvement in turnover, and 49% improvement in deals. Now switching to the global scene, reverse is the case as 2 of our selected global equities ended in the bears, as you can see on the chart, ending at 0.072% and 0.92%. Now in the foreign exchange markets, the Naira continued its slide against major currencies, with black market rates reaching 1,650 Naira to the dollar, 2,025 Naira to the pound, and 1,695 Naira to the euro, reflecting ongoing pressure on the local currency. And that's the most business and stock market updates. Back to you, Simi, for the rest of the news.
Thank you, Joy. And on the foreign scene, the withdrawal of Mali, Niger Republic, and Burkina Faso from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, will take effect on Wednesday, January 29, after a year of political tensions fracturing the region and leaving the bloc with an uncertain future. On January 29, 2024, the 3 countries led by military regimes had formally notified ECOWAS of their desire for immediate withdrawal. All 3 countries have ignored ECOWAS' call to extend the period by 6 months to try to find a solution. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger Republic are now united in a confederation called the Alliance of Sahel States. And the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has extended his good wishes for the Year of the Snake to nations and people worldwide celebrating the 2025 Lunar New Year. In a video message, the UN chief also called on the international community to strengthen its commitment to cooperation for peace, fairness, and justice, urging collective determination to build a better future for all.
Happy Lunar New Year. I'm pleased to send my warmest wishes to everyone celebrating Lunar New Year and this Year of the Snake. The snake symbolizes wisdom, resilience, and renewal. In these trying times, let us be guided by these qualities and renew our commitment to peace, equality, and justice. Let us embrace this time of new beginnings with hope and determination to create a better future for all. May the Year of the Snake bring good health, happiness, prosperity, and new beginnings.
And on sports, Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has taken legal action against Turkish journalist Tolga Bozduman, who accused him of assault when the journalist tried to take pictures of the player after Galatasaray's 3-3 draw against Dynamo Kyiv 2 weeks ago. The 26-year-old Osimhen, who has been in impressive form this season, now faces scrutiny off the pitch amid growing controversy over the alleged incident. Reports allege that Osimhen offered money to have the footage of the altercation deleted, further fueling the controversy. Osimhen has now sued the journalist for defamation, and the hearing is expected to start on Monday. Britain's Emma Raducanu has suffered a disappointing defeat to world number 101 Christina Boxer of Spain in the opening round of the Singapore Open. The 22-year-old played for the first time since her 6-1, 6-0 third-round loss to Iga Swiatek at the Australian Open. But in a grueling encounter lasting 3 hours and 3 minutes and featuring 17 breaks of service, Boxer came through 5-7, 7-5, 7-5 against the 7th seed in the pair's first meeting. Well, that's it on News Now. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time.